Alright, so everybody keeps asking, what kind of dog is Gus? So, he is a mix. He's a mix between a Bichon and a Shih. But most of you just, I think they call him a teddy bear. Huh? Are you a teddy bear? Are you a teddy bear? Yeah. Lazy. Alright, so today I'm mostly sitting in my office editing. And I'm going to try to do something that I don't normally do because I get distracted really easily. But I'm going to do a Q&A today. So post your questions up here and let's see if I can get to any of them while I'm editing this video. Other than just like a few workshops and stuff that I've done here and there with other photographers, everything that I've learned photography wise has just been by myself and just learning as I go. So yes, other than just like the little stories and stuff that Danielle and Darby do on a weekly basis just at the store, like in real time, yes, I am doing all the product photography shoots. So it's funny to get questions like this. Danielle and I are actually about to kick off a new podcast, and we're going to retell our entire story in podcast form before we kick it. We've been having like all of this podcast set up for like the last couple years. We've had a domain set up and name and trademark and like everything squared away. We just didn't want to start anything new over the last year whenever we've been just taking a break and taking a rest. And so that's going to be coming up soon. We're going to be launching this podcast, and one thing that we want to do is we're going to retell our story from the very beginning, like all the way back to like how we met and everything like that. Just to like tell it in podcast form, just so it's out there on the podcast, and then we'll kind of go into like the normal format of the podcast. All right, so maybe I should just put it up to you guys. Like, so what are some themes, some topics, some stuff like that we should cover on a podcast, just so that we can communicate to you guys better. We can have more of a dialogue with our fan base, and you know, how can we be most effective? It's, you know, we wanted to create this as like, you know, a way that we can communicate to you guys a little bit better, a little bit more engaging and stuff like that. So I put something up here. Maybe just throw some stuff in there, and we'll kind of keep like a spreadsheet. I may end up creating like a Google Doc or something like that that we can start listing out some topics, and you'll see it soon. So fear is definitely a really good motivator. Yeah, I mean, if I didn't say I don't have fear, I mean, I would be lying. But you just use that to motivate you. I mean, it's definitely scary coming into it, but I mean, you just gotta have the mindset of like, you are that little girl's world. You are the king in the house. As dads, I mean, to a little girl, I mean, it's scary, but you know, you're her protector. You're her safety and her security, and just you being in the room means the world to a little girl. And sometimes that's all that matters, just being there and being present, and you just being aware that you don't have it all figured out. And you just focus on those things as being present for your little girl and being her safety and security, and not being too cool to be dad, and just cutting up and doing all the little things that your daughter likes. Things are going to work out, and it'll be good, and she will love you for it. Alright, so right now I'm at a standing desk from Veridesk, but also have just chair right here, but then like a stool whenever I'm just like leaning. I know there's a lot more that I could say in 15 seconds, but I think it's just the photographer in me that, you know, whenever a photographer spends time editing their photos and stuff, they don't like people putting another filter on it or editing their photo. So how many of you waited around just to see if I would touch this question? Because we got a lot of them. Just a second. So I can't really give anything concrete right now as far as like what we're doing, what next steps are, but just know, we took the last year and a half off just for a season of rest for our family, to just give a little time just to see what life is like without a TV crew following us around and being in the house and stuff like that. And just let them experience that, and then now come back and let them decide what they want to do. And so that season's over, and now we know God is pushing us into something. Don't really know what that is just yet, but we're keeping an open mind across a lot of things right now, and we haven't really landed on anything specific just yet, but we will let you know. But something is probably going to happen soon, and so we'll let you know what that thing will be. So I know there's like a boatload of fan pages and stuff like that of our girls, and it's really well-intentioned pages that just make edits and videos and stuff for the girls because they love them. But the only thing that I don't like about those sorts of pages is the amount of control that me and Danielle as parents, we lose. We control the people that go on those pages, the types of things that are being said about our children and stuff on those pages, and that's what I don't like. We see some stuff every now and then. Whenever it comes on our pages, we can moderate that. We can block certain people, or we can take action against certain people for, some inappropriate things that some people may say about minors. But on those fan pages, we have no control over it. And so that's the conundrum that we get in, the issue that, we see that just kind of rubs us the wrong way a little bit.